Hey guys, so with the new Frostnite patch, there is that new game mode Frostnite, which a lot of people are running for the missions. But there is a way to do that mode and not actually complete it, just so you can get stuff like Lightning in a Bottle, Pure Drops of Rain, and Eye of the Storm. And I mean, sometimes I have gotten Epic perk up as well as Legendary perk up, and I think I've gotten Green Uncommon perk up as well. Those are kind of hard to get. I believe I've gotten Legendary like twice, and then Epic I've only gotten once, and then the green uncommon ones I've run maybe 2 or 3 times, and I've run it maybe 30 times I'd say, and each run only takes 3 minutes, so I mean you can do it quite often, and it sure beats like going into a 20-minute game mode just to get that material. So let me actually start off by saying first thing you should do is set your privacy to private, because you don't want other people in there with you. First, you might ruin the game for them. Second, you don't want them getting in your way or taking some of your stuff. The next thing I do is just make sure that your matchmaking region is set to auto, just so there's no like rubber banding or lag or anything like that. Then we're just going to go into the map, go into Frostnite, and I'm going to launch. And while that's launching or going in, I'm just going to show you the heroes that I've run. So I actually just leveled up a hero just for it. I have Phase Scout Jess. You can use any of the Phase Scouts, they're all the same. And then I'm using this guy, Wild Fragment Deadeye, just for his speed bonus, so it's 6% speed, which helps. And I'm using her right here for the Kinetic Punch. But you could honestly use anybody in there, it's not a big difference for that second support spot. So what she does is increases your impact and knockback, which, I mean, you do more damage, but it doesn't really help since we won't be using that too much. But let's go ahead and we'll hit launch. Now, while this game mode is loading, I just want you to know the game mode does take a like longer to load. I've realized that it probably takes, you know, 2 to 3 times longer than an actual game mode does to load. But the good thing is, even with that load, you know, it's like 5 minutes per run max. You know, 4 to 5 minutes. If you have a faster computer or slower computer, that could vary, but 3 minutes minimum. So as soon as this launches, I'll show you what we're gonna do. Now, there is a specific path that I found. Well, I found through various YouTube videos, and that's the one that I usually run over and over again. And you get faster and faster as you go. And there are a few times where I've messed up, and I mean, it's possible you're going to mess up too, but we'll see how this goes. All right, so now that we've loaded, we're just going to face this barn over here. We have 4 seconds, well, 1 second now. I usually phase shift twice here, and avoid these tires because they will send you up onto the second floor, which takes a while to get down from. So we're going to break these 2 panels at the bottom of the stairs. That's a small safe, so we'll ignore it. Now let's go up here. And we're going to go up to this rock right here, and we're going to build up onto this mountain to the south. And you see how this chest has like little crowns on the side, like with jewels in it? So it has those ridges, so we want that. And make sure you pick up the caches. We're going to jump down, phase shift at the very bottom. And behind here, there's usually a chest. This time there isn't. And right at the entrance to this cave to the east, there's usually a Krampus, which we want to avoid. So just phase shift really quick to the side of him. And then here we have 3 chests. There's one of them that we want. The other 2 are lower level ones. And just make sure you pick up these caches, because I've had like 2 runs where I forgot. Break this right here. So again, that entrance is just when you come up from where those 3 were. It's right here. We're going to build 2 floors up. And here there's usually a good chest, but right now there isn't. Come up here, bash this, face your right. Open this door, just jump right through. And then head into Noms. And once you get in, it's this one right here. And we can see there's something purple, looks like a safe. It's a level, well, higher level safe, so it's the size of 2 smaller ones. So we'll pick those up. Just build straight up and head straight to the north. Should have just hit that. Okay, so we're going to go across, get on our hoverboard. And while we're getting on, we look to the right. So like right behind that rock. That right there. Right now it's a lower level one, so we're just going to skip it. And so back on the hoverboard, we're going to head north again to this first house right here. We're going to build stairs here. And I'm not even seeing any glittering, so there's nothing in here, but usually right here there's a good chest. So let's head on over. There's another Krampus. We're going to avoid him at all costs. Phase shift twice onto this roof. And it's just the very entrance, and it's a small safe. So you see how he vortexes you into him, so we're going to avoid him. Head to the west. We're going to fall down. It's a low-level chest, so we're going to skip it. And we're going to go up here towards this factory right here. And right there, that's a low level one, so we'll skip it. Oh, I goofed, guys. All right, that's a low level safe. It's a lot smaller than the bigger one, so we'll skip it. And then we'll go right here, head towards the southwest. That's a low level, so we'll skip it. But yeah, these are, I mean, in those locations at odd times, there's good or bad. So we head into this cave, keep turning right. So every time you get to a turn, just take a right. So turn, take a right. Up there, there's another one, but it's again low level, so we'll skip it. Now it shows I have 4 seconds, but usually when I get here, I have about 40 seconds. It's just because I had to stop. So we come up there, go to the right, and the last one is right here. Keep going, and behind this house, there is a chest. This time it didn't spawn, but it spawns right here. Now before the burner fuel health, which is at 95 right now, before it hits 0, we just want to leave the mission. Because otherwise, when you try to go back into this game mode for another run, it'll say profile failed to lock, something like that. And the only fix is either to wait 2 or 3 minutes or to go to BR and come back, and sometimes that fixes it. So like, here's everything I got. I'll just show you guys what's inside. So I have the storm. This one has pure drop of rain. And again, this is a 3-minute run, guys. So in total, it took like maximum 5 minutes. And that's including loading time and coming back and opening this. So another 48. So like almost 100 of these is what I got. And then this. Now I did get a legendary one that gave me a legendary weapon. So let me show you which. I think it was the Huskbuster, which I recycled actually. But yeah, so if you're a lower PL and you don't have all the weapons and you need weapons, then you can definitely get gold weapons from there as well. Or if you have, you could actually just, if you get like, you know, something that you like but except it's an epic, you can just upgrade, increase rarity, and as long as you have legendary flux, it takes quite a bit, but you can make it legendary. This is also a good way to kind of check what that last perk would be. So affliction damage for 6 seconds, where you wouldn't see that here. So I always do that before I recycle weapons, but I have most of the weapons I need, so I can just skip that. But yeah, that's the path that I use. So I think it hits about 14 or 15 chests, and usually I have about 4 to 5, sometimes 6 chests that are, you know, the ones that I actually want. So again, the 2 chests you want are either the 2 things you want is going to be either the chest with the spikes on the side, like the ridges, or the taller safes. So if it's not those 2, just ignore it, okay? I'd say watch that run a few more times just so you can get the gist of it, or even run it beside you on a second monitor or your phone as you do the run, and should be good to go. Take care, guys.